Hey Aquarius. So Aquarius, you have the Star card, which as you know, obviously I mentioned that for a reason because the Star card is your card. Star card is one of my favorite cards. It means you're keeping the hope alive, inspiration. This is self-awareness. This is a beautiful card, a beautiful theme of the month card. So if you're single, this definitely says that you're not giving up on love or having faith in love. And if you are looking to reconcile, you're not giving up on that connection. Now, there's probably a lot more going on here because I'm sure you guys are going to be like, well, there's this, and this going on, and I get it. But right now, just popping out of the star says that you're in kind of, popping out the star says that you're in kind of a good place. You're definitely in a place where you're looking up, or things are looking up, or you haven't lost faith in love, basically. The star is, again, hope, it's inspiration, it's feeling self-esteem, it's generosity, etc. So if you're single, you definitely have hope. You definitely have the self-esteem aspect. You're feeling more and more confident. I feel like it's a gradual. It's not like you just woke up one day and you were like, hey, I'm confident. It's been something you've been building up to. And if you're looking to reconcile, there is hope here. All right, so the first card you have is your current position coming in the month, and you have the King of Wands. So the King of Wands is somebody that other people look up to. So if you're a very authoritative figure, very magnetic, so if you're looking for love, you're definitely coming across this month as somebody who has a lot to offer, somebody who people want to be around, somebody that people gravitate towards. So I don't feel like, Aquarius, you're having a hard time dating, or if you have been having a hard time dating, you're definitely not going to be. There's going to be more and more suitors coming in here. But keep this ground, because this is showing that you're being like the best moral self you can. Your values, with the way you're putting yourself out into the universe, the way you're reflecting upon people is a very positive energy, because the King of Wands is somebody, again, people look up to. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, this is you having confidence. This is maybe you're attracting your ex back, maybe a few, maybe all of a sudden you're like, whoa, it's weird, and people from the past are coming back. But this definitely says that there is a chance for communication if you haven't, had the communication already. But the King of Wands is somebody who's inspiring, and again, is just bold and ethical, and people are attracted to that. People look up to that. And this is saying, you're taking the high road. If you are looking to reconcile, if you have had communication, great. You're still keeping it on or you're trying to keep it on like a positive note. You're taking, again, that high road. You're trying to be the bigger person and not, take a stab at each other, etc. If you are not in communication, you're still holding your head up high, and you still believe that there's a reason why maybe you guys, aren't communicating. It just feels like you're understanding that time, things take time. Time will tell. The next card you have is anything internal you're feeling coming into the month, and you have the Ten of Coins or Ten of Pentacles. Now, the Ten of Coins or Ten of Pentacles is believing in something a little bit bigger than yourself to a certain extent. This is more about understanding a legacy. This is about a wealth and an excess of generosity. And again, a legacy. So if you're single, I really do feel like you're feeling like a wealth of suitors. You're feeling a wealth of positive energy around you. And there may be somebody in your future that you want to have a legacy with, that you feel like you could move on into something more congruent. And the Ten of Coins is saying, look, you can get there. This is definitely feeling satisfied in the future at some point. This is you just right now almost feeling like, I'm grateful for what I have. I'm grateful for the people I'm meeting. I'm grateful for the opportunity to meet different people. Just an overall generous feeling. Maybe dating people you normally wouldn't, etc. But definitely not losing hope, keeping your chin up and knowing that something good is coming along. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, this is a generous energy that I think if they try to communicate with you, you will feel gracious. And I say gracious because some of you were burned, and that's why you're kind of holding your head up high going, you know what, you may have gotten to me before, but I'm holding my ethics high, my standards high. If you want to be with me, there's going to have to be something here that tells me. And you're sitting here going, I'm looking for lifelong. Well, some people just want somebody, to date exclusively, whatever it is for you, whatever your values are. This is saying you're completely embracing those. And I know there's cross watchers out there who are saying, no, it's Aquarius. It's their fault, and I get it. Okay, thank you, because it's a general read. But like I said, this is definitely you feeling like you could be generous with this person again, and maybe have some sort of contact in the future. But you're holding true to your ground. You're holding true to yourself right now. The next card you have is your distant past. Over the past 5-10 years, it could be, childhood, etc. And the Queen of Wands represents somebody who's very confident, represents somebody who is passionate. So it feels like, Aquarius, you may have exited feeling this way. You may have, and I read this together for anybody looking to reconcile or anybody looking for love, because it's generally the same in the distant past, or comes across the same for both of you. The Queen of Wands is somebody who is full of ferocity and again, creativity and passion, and loves life. And it feels like, Aquarius, because you have this king here, you're recognizing that at one point in your life, this is how you felt. This is how you felt about love. This is how you felt about relationships. This is how you felt about somebody in particular. This is how you felt when you watched your parents, or you had a very strong, mother or father figure, or grandparent, or somebody that you admire and adore. And the Queen is saying, this is what you want to remember this month, because you're trying to get back here. You're trying to get back to this space of when you had this passion about love, passion about somebody, even passion about something. Some of you may be going, hey, you know what? I used to draw, or I used to paint, or I used to, like to sing, or I used to do this, that, and the other. And so this is coming in this month to remind you, remember the things you're passionate about. Remember that you're confident. Remember that you're capable of anything you put your mind to. But hold your ethics and values there. Don't let anybody bring that down. It feels like maybe, Aquarius, this month, you're realizing that there have been people who've torn you down. There have been people who maybe didn't have your best interests at heart. And you need to recognize this Queen of Wands energy that you've had before, and that you need to continue to vamp up and vamp up. I just love that you guys came out right in your clarifying the star. Anyways, all right, the next card you have is your immediate past, over the past 2 weeks, past month or two, and this is great. The Fool says you're ready to start over. So this definitely tells me, Aquarius, some of you have been at like a moral low ground, and not that you're doing anything morally wrong, but maybe have been the punching bag or the doormat for somebody, and you've just decided you won't at all. So if you're single, I feel like some of you haven't been dating for a long time, and now you're starting, or you've been dating people, but you've been dating the wrong people. They've been telling you, oh, I want a relationship. Then all they want to do is party and have sex, or whatever the case is. And the Fool is saying, you're ready. Like, here you are. This is brand new beginning for you. This is a new beginning. This isn't a beginning with somebody, you may be dating a few people, but the Fool is saying over the past few weeks, even it's time for a new beginning. Maybe you've switched dating sites. Maybe you've switched how you're going about dating. But the Fool is like the beginning of the major arcana. This is saying we are starting over, and in a positive energy. And you're not here to be anybody's, you're not here to placate anybody. You're here to find something and find what you want. And again, this is an innocence. This is a potential. So Aquarius, this says a lot of you have not been dating, or if you have been dating, you've completely changed it up. You've completely changed the way you're going about doing this. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, I hate to say this, I really feel like this is you over the past few weeks, past month or so, saying, if you want to be with me, there's still potential here, and there may be a potential with them, depending on, who did what to whom and whatever. And at the end of the day, sometimes that doesn't really matter, as long as you can clear that air and get back together. But the Fool is saying, if you're looking to reconcile, that there's a potential for a new beginning, and not with this person, because this is like brand new. But it could be brand new, starting from scratch. There's nothing here that negates that you couldn't get back together with this person, but this definitely symbolizes that it's like your way or the highway, and not in a negative way, not that you're bossy or telling people what they have to do, but more of like, I've put up with enough. I deserve better. If you want to be a part of my life, then you have to live up to this king expectation I now have, because you've let me down so much in the past. And the Fool is saying there's a potential for either somebody new coming in, or there's a potential for a new beginning with this person, a rebirth, a whole new cycle. But let's see what the rest of the cards say. The next card you have is your distant future. So over the next 2 months, throughout August, September, and you have the Ace of Pentacles. I love this card. The Fool and the Ace of Pentacles are almost identical to a certain extent, because these two both are about new beginnings. This is a prosperous new beginning. This is a new beginning, wipe this slate clean. This is a potential and opportunities presenting themselves. So if you're single, like I said here, you don't have a problem meeting people, but there's a major opportunity coming. Something that you haven't had in a long time. And again, it could be just because you're developing a more positive outlook on life and love. But the Ace of Pentacles, again, is also the beginning, but this is like a prosperous, this is like, okay, you've made the decision for a new beginning. You've made the decision to start over. But the Ace of Pentacles is saying, now that you're in motion, here's your opportunity. Here's the universe presenting you with what you're seeking. And because I feel like you're putting out into the universe what you want, and you're doing it gracefully, that you will reap what you sow. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, this is prosperity and a new beginning. And I wish I could say, hey, it changed from there to there, but it didn't. Because I still feel like for some of you, there's a possibility that reconciliation will happen. And for some of you, there's a possibility that you're finally feeling maybe more of a bold quality to cut that and move on. But then you have this legacy card that says there's a potential that you want to have a long term with this person still. So we'll see what else the rest of the read says. The next card you have is your immediate future. So throughout the month, and this is beautiful. Like, I don't think it could get better than this. You have the Star, the Sun, the Fool, the Ace of Pentacles. The Sun is very much like the Star, except for seeing things clearly. It's also very hopeful and inspiration and self-awareness card. This says, look, you know, there's potential here. If you're single, if you haven't met somebody, you're going to meet somebody, and there's going to be a big opportunity here. Now, it could be a few people, and you may have to weed it out, but often when the universe is involved, it weeds itself out. And again, this is hope. Just like the Star, it's inspiration and hope. The thing about the Sun, though, is you see things clearly, and you start to understand solutions. You start to recognize certain things that maybe didn't work for you in the past. So if you're single, you're definitely coming in this month saying, I need to hold myself at a much higher standard. Therefore, other people hold me at a much higher standard, if that makes sense. Because some of you have been dating people and they've said, oh, hey, yeah, you know, I want something pretty serious with you. And then you're like, yeah, you text me once a week for a booty call. Like, what? And so this is definitely you having a self-awareness of what your potential is. It feels like, Aquarius, this is what, I mean, your whole theme is the Star, which is you, which is Aquarius. So this is telling me you are at this month will be your maximum recognizing your potential. Not that you don't deserve that every month, but this is about you. This is understanding what you want, what you deserve, and embracing that. If you're looking to reconcile, this is seeing things clearly as well. This is the fog has lifted and you can see things clearly. Is it going to be with that person? I really think, unfortunately, right now it's 50-50. Towards the end of the read, I think we'll get a better clarification on whether it really is a positive to reconcile. But right now, it feels like either way, you can't go wrong. The next card you have is anything tangible that'll happen throughout the month. Anything that, you know, a situation that may come up. It could be in the beginning, the middle, the end, etc. It could last for a day, 2 hours, and you have the Two of Swords. This is choices, and this is big choices. So if you're single, I definitely feel like there's going to be some suitors here. Like I said with that King of Wands, there's some potential here. There are people who are very interested in you. There are people coming in for a new beginning with you. You may find yourself this month really having a tough time deciding on what you want to do, because this is a duality card. There's a decision that will present itself and you will need to make it. If you don't, it'll be a stalemate on either side. But I think that the universe will, because you have all of this positive energy, I think there will be a sign. There will be some sort of energy that comes through that says, this is the choice you need to make. This is the path you need to follow. So I don't think it's going to be like devastating for 3 weeks. You're wondering what's going on. This is just at some point, there may be two people who you're dating or seeing and you think that they could possibly be a good match for you, but you will have to make the decision, or they will make the decision for you, or it will be forced and something will happen to where one of you, you know, either they choose somebody else or you choose somebody else. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, this is why I can't see everything clearly as to what needs to be done here, because the Two of Swords is a big decision. It's like you're fighting with yourself this month. If there's contact with them, it may feel stronger than ever. But if there's contact with them, you're holding this moral high ground where you're like, I'm not willing to put up with bullshit anymore. And you're seeing things clearly but I think they may be telling you what you want to hear too. Whether they're being genuine or not is what you're going to have to decide with this card. The next card you have is anything, oof, I'm glad that is internal. The next card you have is anything you're going to feel throughout the month. It could be the beginning, middle, end. It could be, you know, for a day, for an hour. I hope this only lasts for about 30 seconds for you guys. This is the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is painful. The Ten of Swords is a tragedy. It can be an illness or an actual physical death, but this is internal. So at some point throughout the month, if you're single, maybe you thought that there were 2 or 3 people, or maybe you thought a certain person was a good suitor for you, and it doesn't work out, and you're going to feel like a moment of devastation. But again, this is a moment, because you have all of this going on. So if that happens, that person was not the right person. If you're looking to reconcile, this is going to gear me more towards the pain of having to let go. This is making me feel more towards this is a loss or a tragedy or an ending of some sort. Now, on a side note, this could be that some of you have family members or somebody who's suffering and there's an illness and you're worried about that, and that's going to overwhelm you at some point this month. There may be a death, or you find out that somebody's really sick close to you. So that may be overwhelming. That this energy may be overwhelming at some point, and it may not have anything to do with it. But there's a good potential, if you're looking to reconcile, that there is some sort of ending. You make your choice. But that's the thing. I think you're the one who's going to make the choice, because having this card makes me feel like the choice is yours to make. So the cards are in your hands, so to speak. The next card you have is, is your hopes and fears for the outcome of the month. Some of you are scared shitless. So let's just pull that out there right now. Because now you have the Nine of Swords. These 2 cards are like, probably some of my least favorite cards in the deck. Fortunately, they're internal. So this is you making yourself crazy. If you're single, this is anxiety, fears. So whoever's coming in here is tripping you up big time. Either you've met them or you're going to meet them. They are tripping you up. This is a fear and illusion that is non-existent, or that you're creating in your own head. Now, anxiety and depression happen to all of us, right? So we all have those feelings, and that's normal. I mean, who doesn't have that feeling at some point? But this is you, like, scared of the unknown, and I think it's because you're going to feel almost like it's too good to be true, but it's not. I think you need to run with it, Aquarius. Especially, you came out as the theme of the month. I mean, how does it get better than that? You come out on your own freaking read as the theme of the month. If you're looking to reconcile, if you make the decision to cut this person off, which is going to be very hard for you, or maybe they cut you off, you're going to second guess yourself. Don't. Because whatever decision you made, I really feel like is the best for you, because you have these new beginnings come and you can see things clearly. So it's not like you're making a decision based on illusions, but you may freak yourself out thinking that you do. So overall, I'm going to say that I feel like cutting this person out is going to be the decision or the thing that needs to happen. But you may second guess yourself and try not to. The next card you have is the outcome of the month. See, and you have the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands is beautiful, because the Nine of Wands is capable, stamina. This is somebody who has strength. They know what the hell they're doing. They're leading the pack. People don't see them coming, but they're coming. So if you're single, this is saying, look, don't freak out, okay? It's going to be okay. It's not all going to move perfectly. It's not going to be, you know, roses and rainbows 24/7. But the Nine of Wands say you're capable of whatever's coming your way. The biggest thing is you can't psych yourself out, because again, this is a stamina, a capability, an amazing sense of being, you know, to be able to handle anything that comes your way. And I think really what it comes down to is you're scared shitless. You're scared shitless of the unknown. You're scared shitless of this person who may be coming in, wanting your attention, wanting to give you their attention, and you're just not sure how to take it or how to feel. And so you're at one point, your internal fears are going to make you feel like they need to take over and keep you down, but they don't, because you're going to unmask yourself very soon. If you're looking to reconcile, you are more than capable of handling this breakup. You're more than capable of saying, this isn't healthy for me. You are absolutely more than capable of taking care of yourself, of moving on, if that's what you want. Some of you won't. Some of you will make it happen. Some of you, but a majority of you, I think, you've been worried about being on your own. You've been worried that and unfortunately, it almost feels like with the King, it's almost a little too late. It's almost a little too, like, you know, you had your chance, like, you've had your chance, and I've been waiting, and now you come back. Well, guess what? I'm a little busy now. I have some things going on now. All right, so let's see. The clarifying card for your outcome is Judgment. This is, but I feel like the Judgment is you judging yourself. You need to stick with this confidence. The Judgment is saying, look, there is judgment here. If you're single, you're scared to death. You're trying, not that you will 100%, but you may try and pick things apart. This is looking back. This is meditating and saying, okay, like, I've been in this situation before. I've had love before. I've met new people before. I've met somebody amazing before, and I've been scared. But the Judgment is saying, don't. Like, look back. Reflect on times when you've had really good relationships or when you've met really good people. And some of us have had a slew of crappy relationships. But look back and don't go into these headspaces of this negative energy. Because think about times when that's ruined really good things for you, or when that's taken away chances you had because you put too much judgment on it, or you put too much, you know, what ifs, and let those take over instead of embracing the here and now. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, I feel like they're judging you because they're going to be like, what are you talking about? You don't want to be with me. Like, they're not going to be able to handle it. So just be careful, because that judgment could turn into like a stalkery kind of negative energy. Now, if you do decide to get back together with them, this makes me feel like that's what you guys are going to do, is judge. Like, you're going to look back and be like, you did this to me and you did that to me and blah, 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 blah. So I really do feel like this is saying strongly that, hey, maybe, you know, maybe you just should not get back together, because it feels like you'll end up in this very judgmental space if you do decide to get back together. Now, the very final card you have clarifying this, the Ace of Pentacles, that I absolutely love, is your first completion. It's the Four of Wands. So if you're single, this is a first completion. This will be getting out of the dating realm. This will be moving on to, even if the rest of your life you want to date somebody exclusively, or whether you want to have kids, or you want to get married, whatever it is to you, this is saying, here's to your first completion of getting that, of moving out of, you know, taking yourself off the dating site, because this is resting. This is a stability and a happiness. So this is being able to breathe and say, hey, I may just have found somebody amazing. This may actually work. I'm going to have to get out of my freaking head and decide that I'm the only person standing in my way, but you can do it. And having the Four of Wands come up is amazing. If you're looking to reconcile, this is a first completion of cutting those cords. This is the first completion of saying, this isn't working for me. I want to be happy. And it's amazing what will happen if you cut this person off and they're really not good for you. You will feel like you can breathe again. And that's going to be your first completion of heading towards resting, happiness, stability. Now again, a few of you are going to say, oh, that's not true, we're getting back together, and that's fantastic if that's what you want. But we took a like big dive with this card coming in, and then the Judgment coming up. That definitely says there's some unanswered issues here, and I think your happiness is going to be if you drop that anxiety and that negative energy. All right, Aquarius.